As I reminisce on the book I wrote, filled with wisdom gleaned from years of living, I often think back to the profound lessons my grandfather imparted to me. His wisdom was not confined to words but was woven into the fabric of his daily life, teaching through example and quiet counsel. Years ago, when I was a child spending my Christmas holiday at my grandparents' house, my grandfather would often take me on long walks through the fields. Each walk was an adventure, and each adventure was a lesson in disguise. One afternoon, as we ambled through a particularly overgrown path, I complained about the thick weeds tangling at my feet. My grandfather paused, pulled out his pocket knife, and started cutting away at the thorns and brambles. "Life's a lot like this path," he said, not looking up from his walk. "It can get tangled and messy. You can either turn back or find a way through." That simple act, paired with his words, stayed with me. It was more than just a lesson in perseverance. It was about finding clarity amid confusion, solutions in the face of problems. Later, in my teenage years, I encountered more complex challenges, ones that couldn't be solved with a pocket knife. It was then that he shared another piece of wisdom, this time while we were sitting on the porch, watching the sunset. I had just failed a major exam and was overwhelmed with disappointment. "You see that sun?" he said, pointing to the horizon. "It sets every evening, but it always rises again. Life's like that. Sometimes you fail, but there's always another day, another chance to try again." His advice was not always about overcoming difficulties. Often, it was about finding joy in the simple moments. On mornings, we would gather mangoes and oranges from the orchard. He would hand me the biggest, juiciest one and say, "The best rewards in life are often the simplest, the ones you almost overlook." Years later, when I started writing, these memories and lessons naturally found their way into my work. My grandfather's words had etched themselves into my consciousness, guiding me through my narratives as they had guided me through life. Writing became a way to honor his memory, to pass on his wisdom to a wider audience. As I wrote my book, I realized that my grandfather's influence was present in every chapter. His lessons on perseverance, resilience, and finding joy in the small things shaped the stories I told and the messages I conveyed. In every piece of advice I penned, I saw a reflection of his guidance. Now, whenever I revisit the pages of my book, I feel a deep connection to those summer days at the farmhouse, to the walks through the fields, and to the conversations on the porch. My grandfather's wisdom is not just a memory, but a living part of my writing, a testament to the enduring impact of his life lessons. You can get the book, What My 90-Year-Old Grandpa Told Me, A Lifetime of Wisdom, from my digital store at https://selah.co/m/abraham-aluya1. Alternatively, you can slide into my DMs to get a personal copy.